right? That is Lee Sin. So how do we rate Lee Sin, by the way? Um, how do we rate Lee Sin out of 10? On average, how many units do you end up you end up a game with? Godfist is the best Lee Skin. um, Lee Sin is a interesting card. Other buffed friendly units at my battlefield have +2. I think he can be really good if you have a lot of units. Like, I think the peak G is also a 6 cost, but he recycles one. Um, I think the non-recycle is huge here. The non-recycle is huge. And you can pay you pay one, but that means you have to recycle one, right? So you have to recycle another orange one that it gets entered ready. And that makes the second effect much better because if you have him ready and you can attack with other buffed units, for example, you just have like two Citria or Citria plus the other small buff. Dude, this is huge. This is really huge. Lee Sin with 2 units adds 4 might, exactly. I think he's solid. I mean, it means no recycle. It means no recycle at first, but if you want to play him ready, you recycle one, right? Like Misfortune. What I do like is that he got 6 strength, and with a buff, he got 7 strength, and that is good. And what else is crazy? It says other buffed friendly units at my battlefield have +2. That does not mean, okay, if you attack with other buffed units, whatever, you have +2. No, even if they are defending, they have +2. So this is like a permanent +2. Guys, this is a permanent +2. So what do we rate Lee Sin? Is he an auto include? I think one Lee Sin, yes. Do we want 2 Lee Sin? Maybe. Do we want 3 Lee Sin? No. No. No, we don't want 3 big Lee Sins. We want 1 Lee Sin and maybe a second one. In Magic the Gathering, he would be considered a Lord, as Lords of Magic buff other units of their same type in some way. Okay, interesting. Um, but only buffed, so you have to get the buffs. Other buff friendly units. So you have to get the buffs. I mean, he doesn't have to be buffed to get his effect, right? But you probably want him buffed, but he is fine without any buff. So Sabotage was a 2 off that we rated 8.5. I would rate him an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. What do you guys think? 8 out of 10? With an 8 out of 10, he is probably better than the draw 2 card, but worse than Sabotage. So I think he's a one-off. I think so as well. I think he's a one-off. So I think we can agree. So we see so many auto includes, you know. We will have to play at least one or two draw two cards, okay? One or two. Then we have to play at least one Lee Sin. This is kind of two or three cards. Maybe just two, okay? And then we want to play Sabotage too. It's four cards already. And the mono 3 doesn't matter. So you have four cards. Probably four cards that we need to add. Imo, he's not better than the draw 2 since you are dependent on buffs. That is kind of true. So it could also be just a 7.5. I agree with you, Sux. We could also just rate him a 7.5. And maybe we were just too harsh with the draw 2 card that we just gave it a 7.5. Maybe in comparison to all the other cards, it could have been an 8 right away. But I think that's always happening. If you just rate the first card, you can't compare it with others, and you just are incorrect with your rating. So Lee Sin will be included.